Ladies and gentlemen, this is not a drill. Get ready to hear some unsafe words.
Popping bottles.
I realized something. You just hear us breathing behind.
That's nice. Can you breathe on the rhythm?
Dude, that makes me think of, like, you know when you like see a play? I don't even know if people can hear. Probably.
Yeah, they can hear you.
Oh, cool. You know when you see a play and the music is just kind of too quiet, so you can hear them going.
Yeah.
Just breathing hard. That makes me
Yeah.
laugh so hard.
Yeah,
You
that
just hear
is
shoes
funny.
scuffling.
Scuffling.
I love it.
You
Well,
hear
that
panic.
guy-
You hear panic.
Yeah.
That guy did that video. Like, whoever did these videos where he takes the sound,
Oh, yeah,
the
yeah.
music out of a music video, and it's just all clacks and breathing. And it's so fucking funny.
Oh man.
We're back.
Back episode 4.
Nolan on the keys.
Nolan on the keys. Yeah.
The ones and twos. I'm not wearing a shirt underneath this.
It's okay. You're just wearing. Just so you guys
wow.
know,
That's
what
our little
Nolan is
secret.
wearing. Nolan is in a improv, actually from the work improv jacket
Yeah.
that
It's the
looks like
coolest
you're
fucking
like a Vans endorsed skater jacket. So it's
Which
that
is my dream, by the way.
sweet,
That's what I wanted.
shiny,
Vans endorse Nolan.
nice.
My
black
life is
button
dope,
to the
and
I
top.
do dope
Dope.
shit.
Yeah.
Speaking of outfits,
Yeah.
what you're wearing is absolutely atrocious, and I hate it more than most things I've seen, heard, or done in my life.
That I'm doing.
This is you look like Chris Angel. Also, do you mind Googling Motionless in White, the band?
Oh, I've never.
This is exactly who you look like without some of the makeup. What's up, dude?
I look great.
Are you shooting the Addams Family or something?
I look great.
No, you don't.
You look like a 6-year-old boy who his mom
Look,
goes,
that's you.
pick his outfit out.
That's you.
Pick their outfit out. And you got this mustard basic tee.
Dude, I look great. It's fall, and I look like it's a sign of the fucking times, dude.
Yeah.
You know what you
Fall.
look like? You
Fall.
just go all the time. That's it.
We were walking though over to get coffee.
Yeah.
And
Look.
when we were walking,
The down one more, and then the one next to it.
Right there.
That's you. You look like you'd be in that picture for sure.
Oh,
I
that's
love this
awesome.
band, by the way.
see, it looks great.
Yeah. Well, but
Well, you love
you-
the band, so.
There you
yeah,
go.
I love the band, but I can't
a
stand you.
compliment.
What were you saying?
I was saying that we were walking over to Starbucks, and I was like walking on the curb, and I was like, it was like a higher area, like a wall. We were walking on it, and I was like, people that are driving by are like, "Oh, this guy's like practicing his tightrope walking. Oh, this fake magician or something. He's figuring out how to levitate. Oh, he's so annoying."
Yeah,
You do have very, very Chris Angel vibe.
Yeah,
that's
dude, you
it.
look like
Yeah.
if I was running around, I was like, I need a deck of playing cards now. I'd immediately, you'd be the first person I'd ask.
When I left the place today, my wife goes, "So does Kai have 2 moms? What are you wearing? Is that a sweater for a lady? What is that?"
Sweater for a lady.
She's like, "Your jeans are tight enough to be women's jeans."
Your
Yeah.
necklace also doesn't need to be that long.
I like this necklace. Thank you. My wife got it for me. That hurts my feelings.
No, it is cool. And
Of
it
all
is
the
cool.
things you
And
said?
That actually hurts my
it's a
feelings.
great necklace, but I'm just saying
It doesn't need to be
it's
that long.
too long.
Yeah. What else?
About you,
Yeah.
you had a beanie on, which
did. It's too
nobody
hot
else
in here.
sees. It's too hot in here, but you look like you were gonna do a B&E after this podcast.
Mm-mm.
You're wearing less bracelets than normal. Are you okay?
What's
What's up? Are you cool?
Are you okay?
Are you cool? You wanted to
toned it
know what
down.
you wanted to know what the pulse in your
I
your
felt
wrist
like,
felt like?
I needed to do more accoutrements with the jacket. You know what I mean? Because all this is thoughts. that
I will
go-
say, I got to you can't wear that jacket and not also have too much else going on.
I agree.
You need.
Yeah.
you need more things.
Yeah, if
going.
you weren't doing that, it'd be even worse.
Yeah.
I want to roast your shoes, but I actually really like them.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, I could never pull something like that off. There was this dude who was wearing I did a show with, and he had a shirt that says, it was like the Punisher shirt, but
Yeah.
it says Punish Her. And I was like, if anybody ever saw me wearing that shirt, they'd go, all right.
All right.
Like, how much damage could you do? Just
Yeah.
recite spoken word at her?
All right, buddy.
Yeah.
Punish her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
I was thinking about this because I'm not sleeping, right? Like because I have
It's
a
all,
baby.
it's all the Xanax you
Is that-
deal to people in that
is that your-
fucking outfit.
Is that your sober October? I'm giving up sleep.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
just like no sleeping, right? and people are like, people told you that, they're like, you're gonna give up sleep, and like you really fucking do,
Mhm.
and then you realize that like a baby, like just the same thing, right? They poop, they sleep, they cry, and then they go back to sleep,
Yeah.
and that's it. And they drink milk, and Amanda, my wife, was like, Kai's got like a stomach, like she's like constipated or something. She's like throwing up a lot.
Yeah.
And I was like, somewhere in here as human beings, obviously many moons ago, we were like, give him the milk, right? And that's all we do.
Yep.
But if you drank a glass of milk every 2 hours, we'd all have stomach problems.
Right.
We'd all have
We'd all shit a lot.
We'd all throw up and shit ourselves and want to pass out and cry. Like, it would just. I'm kind of confused, actually, like wondering if there isn't another option that maybe changes up the pace.
Give me a Diet Coke or something. Jesus.
Like,
What is there? This
can
is
you
a dumb
imagine
question.
drinking a glass of milk every 2 hours?
Is there lactose in breast milk? Dumb question.
I'm dumber. I don't know.
I also have no I have no clue.
Because
I have
lactose
no
isn't
idea.
that great for you. Like, even if you're not lactose intolerant,
Right.
technically you
She also
are.
can't say, "Hey, I'm good on the milk,"
Right.
because she's 11 minutes old.
Right, exactly. She's not. But it's just thinking about the
Drink
idea
milk
if
every
you drink only milk for like a solid 6 months of your life every 2
It's
hours.
called the toddler
and
challenge.
You had to wake up. You had to wake up like when offensive linemen are like trying to put on weight and they wake up in the middle of the night and they eat like peanut butter sandwiches
Right.
and shit.
Yeah.
If you're like, I gotta have another glass of milk,
Oh, dude,
like
yeah.
you'd get
That'd
to
be
like
brutal.
day 2 of that shit and you'd be like, I'm so sick,
For
I'm
sure.
so full.
I'm so full.
I'm so full. Then you would just be like
Gross.
doing that.
I hate that.
But apparently that's what we're supposed to do with babies. And they wonder why babies are so miserable all the
Yeah,
time.
why they cry.
Yeah.
You try getting force-fed milk
Yeah.
at 3 in the morning.
Change maybe a carrot, change it up a
Yeah.
little.
French fries every now and
Yeah.
then. Damn.
Yeah, it's true though.
Yeah.
What else? What else has happened? I had a show last night, a fire show.
You had a fire show.
I had a fire
Yeah,
show.
yeah.
And you have a show at the Ice House coming up, which is
Yeah,
exciting.
I've got a show in the main room at the Ice House next week, next
Uh-huh.
Wednesday, which I'm super pumped for. I like that club a lot. It's very cool.
Riveting.
Yeah.
Thank you. That was
Trying to do.
riveting
Well, I'm not done.
Oh.
I took a pause. You know how human beings do sometimes, and I also
Human
fucked up a
brains?
word, and that makes me
Human
real
brains?
upset that happened.
Human brains?
And I. Okay, I'm gonna regroup because I'm a little upset. Yeah, I'm getting ready for these NACA showcases.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do some college stuff, which I'm super excited.
Mhm.
I didn't go to a regular college, so,
So who
it's
the
gonna
fuck
be-
knows?
I want to know where the people are. Dude, so when I go back home because I'm from Tucson, Arizona, and the U of A is in Tucson, part of me, because I love the life I have. Like, I went to an acting school, and I wouldn't train that for the world, but part of me walks on like a college campus, or like if I visit USC to do something, I'll walk around and I have two feelings. One, I'm like, damn, this is kind of cool. Like, I wish I had this experience that most people get. And then also I feel, I'm like, man, if I went here, I would feel like so forgotten. Like, there's thousands of people
Yeah.
there, and you think that your grade matters to someone.
Yeah.
So I have those every time I'm on one of those campuses.
I'm always weirded out. One of our friends was having dental issues.
Yeah.
And having and so she was like, I don't have dental insurance. So she's like, I'm gonna go to just USC's dental school, and it's way cheaper. It's like
Yeah.
a thing. But then you don't really have a dentist doing your teeth, right? So it's kind of like that thing of what at schools like that. Like you talk about USC, it's like there's people that are like doing oral surgery at USC. There's
Yeah.
people that are doing
crazy.
surgeries at USC. They don't really care about the actor in
Yeah.
the acting department.
No, it's so, but like it's crazy because almost every single college campus I've been on, I haven't been on a lot, but they're like beautiful. I just love how college campuses look.
Yeah.
And they're a cool vibe. I went to USC one time and they had animals. They had like a petting zoo as like part of a thing, which I think is cool. And they had a peacock, and I was like, that's weird that you brought a dinosaur to this thing that fun animals are supposed to be at. But no, they're super cool, and I'm stoked for these this NACA stuff. Like it's crazy. I'm gonna meet people.
Sorry, I just want to say something. I saw
Yeah.
you can go to like Arcadia,
Yeah.
Temple City, and see peacocks.
Yeah.
like just in the
Yeah,
streets.
they're just like out
Gross.
They're just out there.
Gross.
We were driving and we're hearing this like weird yelling, and we pull over. There's a peacock going blah blah in the street and bashing its head against a car. It was such a horror movie, dude. Blah blah goosh goosh.
It's like losing. It's like a horror movie. You're right. It's like the animal's doing something it's not supposed to do.
Dude, it was like in The Happening, isn't it? Or what's that movie where
The
they
Witch.
kind of start doing that and they start bashing their head?
It's happening, isn't it?
Yeah.
Is it The Happening?
I think so.
Yeah.
Also, I hate birds, so I'd sit with popcorn and go, finish it.
finish it all.
Keep going.
Yeah.
Kill it.
Yeah. Hate a bird. Hate a bird. Hate every single bird. Speaking of things that we hate, we have some fun little questions we're gonna ask each other.
This was like kind of the thing we plotted out today was doing some questions.
So
and
you guys get to
seeing
know us, and we get to know each other a little more.
and
So
how these are gonna go.
yeah, so we'll start with the one words that we don't like.
Ooh.
You go first because you've got some pretty specific ones that make me pee laughing.
So it's not it could be a word or it could be like a
phrase.
phrase or something like that.
Yeah, yeah.
It just happened earlier. I really
If I hear your full name, it makes me shit my pants on sight. I hope you know that.
I really don't like when and it's fairly new, this idea and this phrase of cold brew. I don't mind what that is.
Mm-hmm.
I just have a problem with people saying that as a phrase for some reason. It bothers me. Like, do you want a cold brew? I'm like,
You say brew like it's like you're like.
yeah,
brew.
like the chick across the street asked me for that because I wanted a nice coffee. It's a nice coffee. Let's not fucking like make it a different thing. It's a nice coffee is what I would like.
Just
And
less
so
water.
I was like, can I have a nice coffee? And she goes, the cold brew? And I was like, I just went, there's something about that phrase because it's like somewhat new, which goes to the next phrase that I find also new and it bothers me is I don't like when people are like, this restaurant is farm to table. I don't like the phrase farm to table.
Because it sounds like an animal walked up and went,
yeah, there's
for you.
there's something so strangely arrogant about it. I don't know why I don't like
Yeah.
that phrase. Like, this is a farm to table restaurant, or
Right.
this food is farm to table.
What would you prefer they say if it's like organic and fresh? Would you rather they say that?
or just we don't even just it's food. I don't fucking care. Like, I just don't care.
Yeah.
Like,
Just give it to
I
me.
could tell by the price if it's gonna be good food. Probably. Like, I feel like
Yeah.
I could probably check out your vibe here and be like, oh, this is a place that is a restaurant that I would
Right.
eat food at. I don't need to know that the farm to table part. I just don't care.
Mm-hmm.
They could be like, we get our food from this farm. It's fine for me,
Yeah,
but I just don't
like
care.
the posters. I think it's cool how Starbucks has like the map of like where their coffee comes from.
Yeah, see, that's nice.
Yeah.
If I give a shit enough. I don't like when people say briquettes, like the charcoal briquettes, like for charcoal.
Right.
I've never heard that,
Call
and
them
that's
charcoal.
upsetting. I
It
don't.
bothers you, right? Like,
Just say
someone's
charcoal.
Like, yeah, someone's like, can you get us those briquettes? I'm like, can you die off a cliff? Fuck off.
Die off a cliff.
Who says that?
Do you know what I hate when people say? Is going off of that, I hate when people say, it's not the fall that'll kill you, it's the landing. And I'm like, you're a piece of shit, and I
Shut
bet
up.
you don't have a lot of friends.
You might die of a heart attack in the fall because you're so scared.
Yeah,
Of
and
the
what will
landing.
kill you? That heart attack. That will take your life.
I don't like the Barclays Center. I feel like
Yeah.
there's something about that I hate a lot. My wife has a credit card through the Barclays Center,
That is a
and they
frustrating.
call me.
I don't like the Barclays.
I'm with you.
They call me and they're like, "This is the Barclays," and I'm like, "What the fuck is the Barclays?" Like, I don't. That's
Yeah.
That's
there
one
is
of those
something
words where
about
it's like, you guess how many silent letters are in this.
yeah. A lot of those. We've accepted the idea that Staples Center is what it is because it's become so famous. But there's there's a arena, I think where the Pelicans play is the Smoothie King Arena,
Whoa.
just like the Barclay Center. What some of these sponsors, when they sit on an arena, it really sounds dumb. It sounds.
Have you seen what Pornhub is trying to do?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
That's
did,
crazy.
yeah.
Trying to name one of them the
Bang Bro-
BBC.
the Bang, yeah. Bang Bros.
That's funny.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, Bang
They'll
Bros,
never
more
get
specific.
that. I don't like the word mauve. That's a color. It's like
Oh,
it's
yeah.
kind of like a pinkish purple
Mauve?
ish. I don't like when people are like, "Oh, I like your mauve shirt."
By the way,
Yeah,
That's mauve?
I mean, that's purple, but yeah, but that's close. You know,
It's purple.
it's
Well,
more
it's
of
mauve.
it's more ooh.
It's
If someone's like, "Ooh, that's mauve," I'm like, "No, fuck off.
Can I
Let's
get
do
the
a
mau-
word that's a word that we know. Like, let's do a word that we learned when we learned colors,
Yeah.
right?
There's like 7 of them.
Right when we learned the colors.
He said unconfidently. There's like 7
I had
colors.
these sheets. I had these sheets for a long time when I was younger, or when I got out of college. I bought these sheets for my bed. They were they were like orange. I don't know why I bought orange sheets. And this person's like, "Oh, the burnt okra," and I was like, "The what the fuck?" I don't like that either. I don't.
Burnt okra.
The burnt okra sheets. And
Wow,
I was
this
like,
sounds-
exactly.
Sounds
Every
like an
dude's
indie drama. The burnt okra.
those are some of the words. I got a bunch of other ones, but those are some of the words that
Cool.
I don't like. I don't like. Oh, this is a good one. I don't like when people call people that like when they're like, "Oh, this is your uncle," and they're
And
not
they're
their
not.
uncle. or their aunt. I don't like when parents are like, "Oh, is
Yeah.
your Uncle Noah?" and it's not your uncle.
Yeah.
It's just like a friend. I don't like that.
Right.
People do that with their pets
Man.
too. It's like,
Yeah.
this is your uncle. I didn't give
I'm
it to him.
so you could start a cult and I'd probably be in it. Everything you just said,
I
I'm like
don't like-
so on
I
board
don't
with.
like that. It makes me
Yeah.
uncomfortable. And I don't like when women over 50 call their father daddy.
Women over 50.
Yeah.
Do women do that a lot?
Yes, well, not a lot, but that's why I don't like those few.
Daddy.
Don't-
Yeah.
Yeah, you're like, there's a small select group, and I don't like them.
those. I don't like when they're like, "Oh, daddy," or "This is my daddy," and that's like, you're a 50-year-old woman.
Yeah.
You don't get to do
You
that.
don't get to do that
You've
anymore.
lost that.
Oh,
Yeah, those
gosh.
are some of mine.
Okay, I have a couple, but I think I want to start with some. There's a word that you say that I don't like,
Mm.
it's called pews, and we've talked about
Oh, yeah.
like church pews.
Uh-huh.
You say it.
Like a church pew.
Why are you saying it so quick? You're like pew,
A pew.
like it's a secret you're telling.
You gotta sit in a pew.
Oh, I hate it. Your face goes. Pew,
There's
like
a
you're
lot of action
spitting
in the
something out.
face,
Yeah.
You gotta sit in a pew.
Yeah. Why are you? It's like you're getting electrocuted when you say pew.
Pew.
Wait, say a sentence and just throw pew in there somewhere because you change.
Like Larry sat in the pew.
Yeah, your eyebrows go.
And your nose kind of.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like someone poked you in the side when you
Pew.
said pew. Yeah, I don't like that
That's
at all.
really
I don't like that about
So,
you. I don't like that.
You
about-
watch the video and I want you to see the change.
Okay.
I don't. I mean, I've said so many
Well,
times.
you want to see it real quick?
Oh, we
Oh,
can-
you do.
Oh, that's awesome. Pew.
Is this Inception?
I don't like the word pew. Ooh, no, I don't like that. That's great. I can see why that bothers you.
Also, wait. Can you pull it back? I love how this looks. First off, this looks like Billy and Mandy.
Yeah.
You look like the skeleton.
We really do look like two, like one of us has good thoughts and bad thoughts.
Yeah.
Left
Yeah,
brain,
the
right
light
brain.
and dark.
Yeah, no, you. I look like it's my first time buying drugs, and you are like, I don't want to deal with this new
What
customer.
drugs do you want?
You sell only prescription based off of your like. Okay, so
That's
everybody
funny.
knows I don't like birds. I don't like the word albatross
Oh, no.
specifically.
Terrible
Just say
word.
seagull because they're all the same.
I like
Um,
albatross.
Albatross.
You like the word albatross?
Yeah.
He's into it.
So far,
All
So far, you're not the cult you're in.
the pew
Damn
thing I
it.
was with
That's why
you.
he has.
Okay.
There's the choice of
Yeah,
the two.
Yeah.
There's Skittles and there's M&Ms.
Yeah.
Okay, so this one has a backstory. I don't like the word marshmallow.
Okay.
Because you don't say it how it's spelled, and it's the reason I lost a spelling bee. So that holds
Oh, okay.
that holds resentment.
For
I remember
sure.
being like a marshmallow, MARSHMELLO, and they were like, sit down. And I was like, why? And they were like, because it's mallow. And I was like, do you say mallow? And they're like, no. And I was like, change it. And
I
so-
don't like the fact that there is a DJ named Marshmallow who wears a thing on his head.
Have you listened to his stuff though?
I don't like DJs.
Oh, okay. Well, you dress like you want to be one.
I know. I do. But I don't like the idea that DJs are a thing.
Yeah. I'm with you on that. I'm sorry, dude.
I do. I
He's
just
right.
Fuck, man,
He's
I gotta
right later.
I gotta back these up.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
I don't like the word moist.
I don't think anybody does.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
No, I mean, like-
I'll speak for everybody. This is the shit I don't like.
I don't think anybody does. I think that's actually probably that and like ointment
That's the
are
most
probably
common
like
one.
two of the most
You don't like the
common-
word ointment?
I don't.
I like the word ointment.
Really?
Ointment doesn't bother me at all.
Oh,
Okay.
Bam. I got 2 for
What about-
76.
What about what ointment is, especially for your butthole rash?
Have you ever had to use Preparation H?
I have a baby who gets a rash all the time, so you have to use ointment on the butthole.
Oh.
I don't like ointment.
Nice.
Yeah.
So for those
You don't like the
aspiring
activity.
parents out there,
I don't like the activity of ointment.
You don't like the verb ointment.
Yeah, I don't like.
to
don't like-
ointment
I
something.
don't like ointment.
I don't like
things.
to ointment.
The word is fine, but used in a sentence. The word prolapse, speaking of butt, it just makes me shudder when I think about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I wrote down farm to table again because once you said that, I was like, there's something about that holds weight in my heart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
where this is good. Unsafe words being the podcast. I don't like panties
Yeah.
in a bunch.
Pa-
When people say, "Don't get your panties in a bunch," I'm always like, "Ew, what the fuck?"
What?
Yeah.
Ew.
Yeah. That's
You mean a
messy.
wedgie? Just say that.
Yeah, just don't be a bitch. Like, don't, like
Well, and then it's an image.
exactly.
Yeah.
Now you're
Ew,
kinda
panties in a
Figuring out how that works.
Yeah, panties in a bunch. Panties in general is kind of a gross word.
Yeah, just say underwear. Everybody wears underwear. Well,
Yeah, I feel like the
most people
second you
should.
say panties, you're a creepy person.
It's
Yeah.
sexual.
Yeah, you're like, oh, give me those panties. Like, it's just
You dress like that, saying that, the cops are on their way.
so gross.
Ugh.
Okay, so let's get to these questions.
You want to go first? I've got a few.
I got a lot of them.
Mine are stupid as shit, like most things I say and bring to the table to this podcast.
Some of them I have. I'm curious for both of us what the story might be on some of them, but
Okay.
some of them are not. And some of them are just interesting. I do this a lot with like students and everything like that because I just like to
And I look like a
get
student.
people to open up in classes and stuff, and not just the typical questions.
Mhm.
Let's go with this one. What's the strangest thing you've ever eaten?
The strangest thing I've ever eaten.
What first comes to mind?
Octopus comes to mind. I think it's so disgusting.
Yeah.
I hate octopus. I don't eat. I grew up a very picky eater.
Yeah.
Like I wouldn't even like lettuce. The smell of lettuce would make me gag. Like I was real, like not happy with that. So I think octopus. I'm a real big texture guy. So like I don't like pieces of fruit in my yogurt. So
Okay.
any of those.
Yeah.
Yeah. What about you? I feel like you've seen eating some weird stuff.
Yeah, definitely. I'm pretty game to try anything.
Yeah.
I really will, even if I know it's gonna like make me throw up.
Mm-hmm.
I'll still roll with it. The one I just recently had sea urchin penis with a raw quail egg on top of it, and it was at a sushi restaurant, and it was so gross. It was texture and it was so slimy and gross and raw, and like the whole time I was just like, this is dare food. This is just now dare food.
So sea urchin penis and quail egg?
Yeah.
Why does that
bed
sound
of
like
rice.
things in like Skyrim that you would just
I
pick
know.
up off the ground
Yeah.
if you killed an enemy?
Yeah, and like half of it might take away life.
Ew.
Like, yeah, that's a pretty gross one.
God damn.
I know, right? You could ask one person from history
Yeah.
a question. Who is it, and what would the question be?
Who is it? What would it be? Oh man. Oh, I wish I need to think. The captain of the Titanic, and I'd be like, what's up? What were you doing?
What was your plan?
What? How did it get?
How did it?
You saw it coming.
Had to.
You had to see it.
Were you drinking?
Yeah. I would just be like, I just pull him aside. And be
I
like,
liked you. Like,
can I
what's
talk to you for a
up? I
sec?
liked your question. What's up?
yeah. I pull him aside as the ship's going down and be like, what's up?
What's up?
You okay?
What's up?
What's up, dude? That's all I do. I'd pull up and be like, can I talk? He'll be back in a sec, guys. Can you come here real quick? I know you don't know me. What's up?
What's up?
What's going on?
Oh, it's so funny.
You all right? Yeah.
love that.
What about you?
It's hard not to say something like Hitler.
Yeah, no, the same. What's up?
Yeah,
You wanna-
and kind
you
of a
wanna
similar
hug?
question, but like, I feel like Hitler had a plan, which is terrible.
Yeah, it's weird.
But more like, if I could ask him any question, it would be like, are you happy now?
Yeah, like what did you think? Yeah.
Like now that you can look at it removed, like does that seem like a good idea?
I read this really cool book, not Mein Kampf, because when you say Hitler in book, people are like, "What?"
Yeah.
But I read this book on empathy, and it talked a lot about that. Like, a lot of atrocious things happen because certain people like I'm a very empathetic person. I love people. I feel very bad when people get caught in situations, and I just get uncomfortable for people. And when you lose that empathy, that's when stuff like that happens. I can't remember the name of the book, but it was really interesting. Like, they would analyze behaviors of people from history who did atrocious things, or like just behaviors people in general have. And like the lack of empathy is when you stop associating a person with a human being and finding the common grounds between yourselves, that's when shit like that happens. And that's crazy to think about, because I look at people and I'm like, you're a human being, and the fact that that can get disconnected to people blows my fucking mind.
Yeah, especially like I watched a video recently of like that Agora shooter kid, and you see that there's no empathy. Like he doesn't care about what happened.
Yeah.
And I think the ones that like give themselves up don't. They're just like, I don't care, like whatever. But look, when it like something like Hitler's a crazy one, and it's a crazy topic because the idea is like, would he have done some of the things that he had people do? And I think the answer is probably not.
Yeah, because he's so disconnected, because it's like pawns on a thing.
It's chess. It's an
But then you hear
order.
the same thing of people talking like, like a lot of people were like that dumb excuse that they were like, I was just following orders. It's like, right. And listen, if you're in that sense, your life is on the line too, but also you have to take in that moment a second and be like, you have to realize what's going on. And I know it's very easy for me to sit where I am and make these decisions, like, but I just think it's wild that the lack of empathy, that's something I've been trying to like look into, because it's very interesting to me, like how some people are way more empathetic, and just in little things too, like how they talk to strangers, which I think is crazy, like, because I'm very much of the mindset of, you know, I really like people before, it's like the innocent before guilty.
You give everybody.
I'm like, give me a reason to not like you, because until I do, I have no problem with you. Whereas I know other people who go into it and they're like, give me a reason to like you. What am I going to gain from this? And I think that's such an interesting thing.
What's your favorite thing to spend money on?
Food.
Yeah.
Jesus. I think that's like one of my biggest things is I was going to try and get into shoes for a little bit, and I was like, I just want to cut myself off because I think shoes are very cool. Yeah. But I think the thing that I regularly spend the most money on is without a doubt food.
That makes sense. I mean, what you spend the most amount of money on is different than what is your favorite thing to spend your amount. But a lot of people, it is food too. Still, they're like, I'd rather go out to eat or do something fun like that.
I think I try and budget in other places, but I feel like I don't know. Food, it makes me happy, and going out to get food with people, like we go out to food, to get food, and it's just a good time. And I feel like if I'm gonna, to me, it's not. I don't see it as wasting money. Is it unwise sometimes? Yeah, but I mean, I'm going for the experience and stuff. So
this is a good one. If you could personally witness something, what would it be?
If I could wow. Oh, real talk. This is crazy. Can it be something I have witnessed, or is it like
no?
Oh, damn. Never mind.
No. You have to a new thing that you would want to personally.
New thing that I would personally want to witness. I've never gone whale watching, and I think the ocean's beautiful.
Oh, Jesus and if Christ, you and your fucking whales. I showed that video.
Do you know what's so?
I showed that video to so many people, and every person laughed, bro.
Yeah, everybody who said they watched the podcast laughed. I get it. It's a funny fucking video, okay? But here's what I want to say, and what makes me so mad. Nolan, this is what makes me mad about this.
Shut the fuck up.
This is what makes me mad about this. One, I showed it to you when I was crying, when like it's a thing that makes me cry.
Yeah.
You laugh. Yeah. We bring it up again as something that I genuinely would make me excited to see. I bring up whales, and we laugh.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll pick something else.
No, I love it. That you would go to the fucking Long Beach and you get on the whale charter bus
and
thing.
I would cry hard.
You'd have your little windbreaker on.
Yeah.
And you'd be like, and then
that makes me emotional thinking about it, dude. That'd be beautiful. I'd cry hard.
Humpback like breaches the water, and you just be like, I want to see it. I want it.
And that wouldn't make you. That wouldn't be insane to you.
No.
Do you know how big whales are?
I got them. I've seen it. I've done it.
You've done it?
Yeah.
Was it cool?
What'd you see?
I saw a humpback whale, and then I've seen a gazillion dolphins before.
Those aren't whales.
I know. They're not.
Just to be clear, that's not a whale.
They're not.
Way to group them together.
Let me be very clear. It wasn't like I wasn't like next. Like I wasn't like. It was cool as shit, but it wasn't like
I would sob.
Yeah. See, no.
I went.
Your vulnerability is hilarious,
dude. I went scuba diving. This is a real story. I went scuba diving with my family. The rest of them hated it. I cried underwater.
Wow.
Because it was
so fucking crazy.
No, real talk.
Cried underwater.
No. This is what happened. I was underneath it's crazy when you're 40 feet down, dude. Fuck off. No, fuck off. Let me just get through this. So I was sitting there
crying underwater.
Yeah, I got choked up. No, you're not. You drown. But I was like, you're 40 feet below, and you look up and you see the waves above you, like the sky. There's nothing more beautiful than that. Yeah. Okay. Next question.
The drunkest you've ever been.
Okay. We have a mutual friend, and it's not a bad thing, but like I don't want to just say names. But he house sits mansions sometimes, and I remember one time I showed up to a mansion, and he was like, hey, we're like, it was for like a pool party, and I went up to him, I was like, hey man, this is like so cool. Why, like, I didn't know you did this all the time. Why have you never invited us? And he looked at me and he was like, you've been here before.
Oh.
And I was like, what? And he was like, yeah, you were here for a couple hours one time. We had a party and you were here. And I was like, well, not all of me, I guess.
And that was that.
And
So the drunkest was the first time.
the drunkest was the first time, and to this day I have no recollection. The second time I was there was my first time there. Also, I just went to a bachelor party in I went to Brighton. I was pretty drunk there. Yeah, my problem is I go too hard in the pregame because I get amped up that everybody's excited, and the excitement makes me drink too quickly, and then I'm like, yeah.
Nice. Okay, so then this one might lead into some other things.
Okay.
Wait, hold on. How would you want to die?
Easy.
And how would you want to be celebrated?
How would I want to be celebrated?
Yeah, like, do you want to like have a what's the thing?
No.
So give me the whole thing.
Funerals are extra. Like me when I'm alive or not. When I'm done, just you can throw me wherever. Honestly, wherever I die, if you just want to scoop me to where people can't see, you can leave me there. That's fine. I think I'm
imagine
cool.
like tumbling you down Runyon Canyon. Like,
yeah.
throw me wherever.
Yeah, wherever. No, honestly, like if I'm not in the way, you can leave me there. I'm
Just,
fine.
like, pushing you out of like a Honda Accord.
Yeah.
Like down.
But for real, like if I like die on the couch and you just put me behind the couch and throw a blanket and you're like, he's probably cool there. I'm cool with that.
So how do you want to die?
How do I want to die? I don't want to die in my sleep. That's for sure. Because that's like, how did he go? Just kind of where he was.
Yeah.
I want to die in a way that I don't know a specific one. I want to die in a way that people will read on the news and they'll see the headline and they'll go, "What?"
Ooh.
And then they'll read into it. I don't know what that'll be. Like I get in a fist fight with a giraffe and they're like, "I have so many questions," but that's probably how I want to go.
Okay.
What about you?
It's really strange because I really don't want to die. Not that that's strange, but I really don't want to die. And
I don't want to be the bearer of bad news, but
yeah.
gonna.
So part of me would prefer it probably be like in my sleep because I don't want it to be like a shocking thing. So
you don't want to know it's happening as it's happening.
And I
yeah,
also
that's
don't
scary.
want it to be something that like horrible news that everyone's not expecting suddenly for me.
Fair.
Now, I'm on the opposite side. I'm like, make a fucking statue and let's have a big soiree and everybody's
got to put a ring around.
Everyone's got to do 30-minute time and like and we're there all day and we make gold statues around the statue and it's there for fucking
they carry you up a mountain
of me, a solid gold statue in this outfit.
Dude, I had this image in my brain of like we both die and people are like walking over me carrying just like this golden statue of you and I'm like in the weeds.
Yeah. And like once a year we have to go back there.
It's like a big fest. It's like a fest. You want like a Greek funeral. You want a festival for you.
Yes, I definitely do.
That makes sense.
That does make sense.
Your hair gives that away. I want a festival about me.
Do you have any ones for me?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
Okay. The couple of them are are kind of dumb. Okay. How long do you think? I don't know if you've already been. How long do you think you could be at the Grand Canyon and not get bored? And I don't mean like stand in one spot. I mean you've got as much time as you need to like before you're like I get it.
Okay, so that's a good question because I've actually never been there.
You've never been? Okay.
No.
How long do you think? And I can tell you for me how long it will be.
I don't know.
It's beautiful.
If I had to guess, part of me thinks that it would be like I want to say a long time, but then I also kind of feel like I would get there and I'd be like, all right.
And you know what? You're not bad for thinking that because it's so beautiful. But after a while, you're like,
all right.
I get it.
Yeah.
Honestly, like if I had the whole Grand Canyon
if I was
to explore,
like, let's go down and do a thing down into that like weird, crazy, like they have that big
like
long hike that's to that like blue ocean water they have in there. Like they have that secret thing that's like 2 days in.
Have you guys been there?
Not to that.
Oh man, that looks fun.
That looks amazing.
Yeah.
That's a different ball game, right?
Right.
But
Okay, so if you've got the whole Grand, like with that included, how long do you think you'd stay interested?
a few days.
Okay.
Yeah, a few
All right.
days. I'd do the camping thing and go for it and do the whole shebang.
Sweet.
But not like more than like a couple days. I'm not like
Yeah.
a desert. I'm not a desert.
Yeah, I get that.
I don't like the desert very much. I kind of just get so boring.
I'll tell you what's amazing about the desert because I grew up in Arizona. The sunsets make every other sunset look like booty hole. They're beautiful.
I'll go with you on that, but like, that's only for like an hour.
Yeah. Grand Canyon, honestly, give me an hour 45 and I got it.
I get it.
Someone told me something funny the other day. They were with their friend and their friend was like, at the Grand Canyon. They're like, I could look at this all day, and they were like, this spot, you're good.
All
The
day.
rest, we could just leave you here, and that makes me laugh so
Yeah.
hard. No, I think I would. Yeah, I would get it.
What's the next one?
Okay, if you had to lick the floor of any establishment, which one would you feel the most comfortable licking? Yeah.
But there's too many options because obviously the first thing is just pick something that's like clean and not really ever gone into like
A public establishment.
like
Who do you think's real good about their floors?
like a what the hell, like an interior design place, like a,
Oh, that's good.
something like a
Like
That's
one
good.
of those fancy furniture.
yeah,
shops.
fancy furniture places or
Yeah,
something.
because literally nobody's ever in
Yeah.
there.
Right, exactly.
Smart. It's
Exactly.
I'd do a 7-Eleven.
Ooh, just
All
go
right.
for it.
Just
Because then you're
gangster.
like, goodbye, and then you implode with
Is
whatever.
that how you also want to die?
Yeah, probably. Yeah, I want to see the look on someone's face if I walk in, lick the floors of a 7-Eleven, and go, peace out. They're like, they'll write songs about him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that guy's
Okay. All right, let's get into some regular ones. This one I'll save for the end because this one's pretty good. Okay. I wrote a couple down. Okay, here's a good one. What animal do you wish you were, and what animal do you think people think you would be? So the one you want to be,
white tiger.
you want to be a white tiger.
Yes.
Wow, that sounds like your clan name,
Yeah.
White Tiger.
How quick you knew.
Oh, for sure. I've that answer's been answered forever.
What animal?
The
Do
second
you,
I saw one of those, I was like, wow, I
That's what
really
I
am
wanna be.
obsessed with that. What do I think people think I am? Like a beaver?
or like a? I was gonna say a lion with your hair, but you said
Yeah.
beaver, and I was like, I get it.
Yeah.
I see it.
Like
Yeah.
a beaver. I'm not as cool as a lion. I'm actually a lot stupider, so I think it's more of a beaver.
Well, I think there can be stupid lions. You prove that.
You don't see them though.
What's your least? What's
No one sees a lion. It's like, look at that dumb lion.
that fucking idiot?
That lion looks kind of dumb.
Can we go to a different section of the?
Where the smart lions at? Can you imagine understanding English and having somebody like, look at that dumb lion, and you're like, I could kill you, bro.
Yeah.
All right, what's the thing that people do that is your least favorite thing that they do? Like just in general, like a trait or a thing people do that you're like, if you do that, we're not cool.
I mean, I don't like when people are late. I don't like being late, so I don't like when people are
Oh,
late.
I can't stand that.
I'm like overly too early. We're always here like an hour early. It's
Yeah.
awkward. But so that's an easy trait. It sounds simple, but I really, really don't like people that like the haterade, like that drink haterade and just
right.
like hate for the sake of it.
Yeah.
And just don't like try to enjoy something, or if nothing else, just see it for what it is. Like this dude said this yesterday about Sean and I in our band. He was all like, he was a comedian, and he was like, you guys are fucking funny, man. And I was like, thanks, man. He goes, you guys get a lot of shit from comedians? I was like, yeah, there's definitely a lot that like are just like haters. And he goes, it's crazy to me. He's like, you're up there. He goes, you sing, you're funny. Your songs are funny. He goes, but then on top of it, the songs are really good. The melody's all tight. And he goes, but then on top of that, you guys are like in a costume. You're putting forward. You're not like, you're trying hard without taking yourselves too seriously.
Right.
It's hard to look at all three of those things and be mad at you.
Right.
And be like mad at you. And I said, well, that's exactly why they get mad. And those types of people really bother me. The ones that just walk in and go like, ugh, and like they're just like boring people.
You don't like that?
Just 'cause
No.
it's dumb.
Just that unnecessary of like, if you, just, be nice right off the bat because you have no reason not to. That's always been my thing. You have no reason to be shitty to someone.
Right.
For me, like, really ever. I a lot of the times, like, it's not even like if people are like mean to me or rude back, I don't hate back. I just check out of that interaction.
Right.
I don't have the energy to be like, I hate that person.
Right.
There's really no person, even people who have like really fucked me over, which, I've been like, it hasn't happened a whole lot.
Right.
I just go like, I hope they're fine doing whatever they do.
Ask me the one you said you were going to save it to the end.
Oh, what's the grossest thing that's ever happened to you?
We're at it right now.
Yeah.
Cool. Grossest thing that's ever happened to me.
20 left.
Okay, great. Grossest thing that's ever happened to me. For sure, without a doubt. I was bit by a spider, and I was bit by a spider like in my third year living in LA. And at first I thought it was ingrown hair because it was right above my dick. And I was like, that hurts. And then like and I was like, just hurt. The next day I woke up and I had another one like right below my nutsack, like like on my upper thigh. And so I was like, ooh, your boy's really getting these ingrown hairs these days. What the fuck is going on, right? And so then I was like, oh man, this hurt. So like the next day it was like really uncomfortable, and I started getting nauseous, and I was like, oh no. And so someone was like, you gotta go to the doctor. So I go to the doctor, and the doctor's like, oh, you were bit by a spider. Yeah. And I was like, okay. And he's like, we need to do the thing and get them out. Yeah. And I was like, oh, what does that mean? And he goes, you need to get ready. So I'm on the doctor chair table thing, that weird kind of thing. And he goes, take your pants off. I will never forget this for the rest of my fucking life. There was a doctor and the nurse. And of course, the nurse was actually very attractive. And I had to take my pants off from like, so you just have a t-shirt on. That's the best look for a guy, right? Just the t-shirt only, right? Yeah. So my dick's out and I'm just out. My pants are down. Like a bird's nest. Yeah, you're just like, hey. And you're on this like stirrupy table. You're like, do you like this? Right? And so he comes over and he injects a numbing like right into like the spot here. And it hurts so bad. And then he cut it. He got a little, right? And then like this like green spider sauce juice stuff, green and everything, came right, pouring all over my wiener and my ball
out
sack.
of your dick?
No, on top of it, because it was like here. And so it's like, it's just like, and he's like squeezing it. He then takes one of those long Q-tips and he goes in and he's like, and he's like cleaning it in the wound. And he's like, what? I can't feel it, but I can feel like the pressure. And I was like, oh, because it's like right above your dick. And then it's over and he goes, all right, now we got to do the other one. And I was like, oh shit, we have to do the other one. Fuck, that's right. So the exact same process happened. The exact same thing happened. And it was like,
so these spider bites are just gnarly.
Super gnarly. And so same exact thing happens, right? But now I'm just sitting in it. I'm just sitting in this like pool of spider sauce and in my butt. And like it's just the grossest. You said the grossest. Yeah. And it was so gross. And I remember being like, he's like, okay. And he goes, and by the way, you can't shower now for 3 days. And I was like, you just put like whatever venom sauce on my nuts. Like I have to. He goes, no, you can't. He's like, you're just going to have to kind of like towel off a little bit. And I was like, whoa, that's so gross. Yeah. And so I remember standing up and looking at the chair, and the chair was just like this pool of this stuff. I looked at the nurse and she's like, I'll get it. And I looked at her, I was like, there's no way I'm letting you get that. That's on me.
I brought that into this room.
And that's a me thing. And I'm going to do it because I can't leave here knowing that you did that. And it's not an option. So I will never forget how like just incredibly disgusting that was.
That's
horrible. What about you?
A pool.
Do we have time for it?
Yeah, I mean, I'll tell it quick. It was one of the first times I lost well, you only lose your virginity once, but one of my first times having sex, I was having sex in the car, and my dad was coming to pick me up, and he showed up a lot sooner than I thought he would, and I had already finished because I'm a quick fella, and he pulled up right next to us in the driveway. And I was like, oh, shit. And I, like, tried to get dressed, and the buckle on my belt and my pants, like, the button on my pants and my belt buckle broke at the same time because I was in such a rush to put it on. So all that shit broke, and I was like, oh, God. And so I, like, had to get out of the car because my dad's right here, and the windows are all foggy. It's funny, after I tell the story, he had no idea this happened, and I was like, that's on you, buddy. But I got out of the car, I was, like, holding my pants, and he was like, are you okay? And I was like, I just kind of, my stomach hurts a little. And I got in the car, and she lived like 2 hours from me, and I didn't have time to take the condom off after we had sex. So the whole 2-hour car ride, I had like a full used condom on my wiener. And then and then I took it off when I got home, and it was like taking off like the wrapper on a Jolly Rancher after it's been in the sun all day. And it was like, and it was, it really sucked. And I cried in the shower. It was so really bad.
That's the first story you ever told me.
And that's how I got into stand-up, is I told you that story.
You told me that story, and I was like, bro, you need to do stand-up. You're funny as shit. And then, like, you started doing it. I was like, I've heard that story so many times, and every time I think it's fucking funny.
Yeah, dude, I've never been more uncomfortable in my life than in that moment. And my dad was like, when I was walking up, he was just like, are you okay?
Oh, so good.
Yeah.
I like this little question game. This is a good one. There's a lot of them.
A lot of them.
We should get into these videos.
These
'cause
videos.
We gotta do
you
some.
want to do the cry ones?
Let's do the cry ones first, and then depending on, we may just jump to my gnarly one.
All right. God damn it. Do you want me
and
to?
no one will leave the room.
Do you want me?
What I'll have you do? I am gonna leave. I'm gonna
I
take
am
you
gonna
up
leave
on
the
that,
room. Yeah,
because for you to say that, I
Yeah,
feel
yeah.
like I
Yeah.
should.
That's what scared me. He was like, "I have a video today," and he's like, "I couldn't get through it." I was like, "You couldn't get through it?"
When I put it up, I'm gonna leave,
And then I can skip
and
ahead.
then I'm gonna put the mouse over here.
yeah. And I can.
And you guys can
offer
hit
it.
play, and they can see it. You
Okay,
know.
Great,
cool.
great.
Sounds
hit
good.
hit stop so that it's not keep playing or whatever.
Great. That's exciting.
I'll go first. Wait, are we doing the cry ones?
Let's do the cry ones first.
Okay,
So,
so I'll
he'll stay here for this.
I'll go first with this one. If you just want to type in Maggie, look, I'm walking. This one's a popular one. I don't know if you've seen this. You couldn't give less of a shit about me. I'm just sitting there watching you.
Okay. What's
It's
called?
the first one. It's called "Look, Maggie, I'm walking." Maggie.
Oh man. Okay.
So yeah, this one it might be hard to hear, but this little baby's voice is so cute. I saw this and I lost my shit.
Okay. Feel something, Adam. Don't be so dead inside. Here we go.
You dress different. If you put on yellow like me, it makes you cry.
Yeah. That's a mustard.
It's a mauve.
It's burnt okra.
The Maggie's the dog.
Oh my god.
Say, open the door.
I'm getting you. Yeah, right. Yeah, Maggie's the dog, and that's the cutest thing. That they're like, "Hi, Maggie, I'm walking."
Oh god.
Yeah, for those of you listening, that was a little baby that has to use like crutches or like support system to walk, and
he's the best. He's
walking
got the
and-
happiest.
yeah.
He's the happiest little boy.
is telling the dog, "Look, I'm walking." It's
Oh.
babies and dogs.
Whew, that one was good.
Yeah.
That one was good.
Oh God.
God,
Yeah.
it
It's
is
just
good.
like God.
I think it's because he's so
That's
sweet.
funny.
That's the thing. Is like
I-
if it was something.
Even Nolan's like,
I almost laughed though too.
Yeah. I know.
"Damn it."
Almost got it.
Is
there.
it just because
It's
I almost
because-
thought about playing the other video again and just hiding it and just sending you the link and being like, "This one really got me." And it's just, "I dreamed a dream." It's on.
No, that was a really
I think it's
sweet
because he's just so sweet, and it's not so much that it's sad. It's just sweet.
No, it is very sweet.
Cheerful.
Like, yeah, it's not a sad cry. It's a like I saw that and I was like, "Yeah, you are walking, motherfucker. Yes,
dude.
I love you."
Yeah,
Okay,
dude.
here we go.
All right.
This is mine. This is not. You're not leaving. You're safe for this one. This is gonna be this one. You're typing in "Dad hears daughter's heartbeat."
I think I've seen this one.
Found this one today. This one sucked.
Oh yeah. Oh my God.
Okay, that top one is totally good.
Oh
So
shit.
this is a video of a man whose daughter died, and his daughter was donated her heart for a donor, and this man is letting his dad hear the heartbeat.
Oh my God. Oh dude. Wow. I can't even imagine being that guy. And being like, "That's my daughter's heartbeat." Wow.
Wow, that is so sad.
That is very sad.
Get it? I like this game. This is
Great
fucked
game.
up. It's a great game.
I got like chills from that.
That is a tough one because there's so many things going on for that guy. Like he's like hearing the heartbeat. He's like who my daughter could have been, and like
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
is a
Jesus.
tough one. Okay, All right, Nolan, it's time to leave.
All right.
Dude,
Do you want to? You're gonna type it in.
I'll type it in.
Okay. Are you ready?
this is very
Yeah.
upsetting for me.
Ooey gooey toenail removal.
Word. Dude, you know what? I've heard a couple people say, they're like, when I get to that last part, I turn it off. And I'm like, that's fine.
This is for the hardcore fans.
Yeah.
This is
Oh,
the
also,
final chapter
speaking
of
of
the
this,
episode.
while Nolan is looking this up, for those of you who had sent in email requests for the video,
You
we'll
can't-
get
Nolan-
around to it.
Nolan can't even look at the clips.
Here, do you want me?
The top one. It's
Okay,
the top
okay,
one. Nolan.
okay. Adam.
So what we're gonna do-
Adam.
What we're gonna do is we're gonna skip ahead.
I can take the
Nolan,
reins from here if you want.
and we're gonna skip ahead to 5 minutes.
I can do it. I can do it.
20 seconds. is
5
the-
minutes and 20 seconds?
Yeah.
Okay.
Nolan's leaving, and we're gonna play
It's
this
on.
one out. I feel like we have to play it till it's off.
Wait. No, dude. That means there's 5 minutes of video I have to
You
watch.
just need to bear with me.
Wait,
on
what did you
this
say
one.
the time was? All right.
Round 5.
See you on the other side,
See you,
Nolan.
Nolan. There. Nolan leaves
Peacing out.
the room.
All right. What time?
Around 5 is when he starts.
5
so,
minutes?
So just so people know what they're this is a person who has an infected toenail, and the guy apparently is going to remove it. Don't turn off the channel. You watch this with us.
It's 5 minutes?
I couldn't finish it, so I wanted to wait and do it with everybody. So around 5 minutes and 30 seconds, around there, is where he actually starts. Back it up a little bit. Back it up. There we go. Like right there.
Okay.
So he's done. He's injected it.
Oh,
Because
He's
man.
injected. Here
No.
we go.
Oh.
Here we go. Start here. This is good. This is good.
Already
Okay.
coming out.
Okay.
come on.
Stay with it, Noah. Oh,
yeah.
wow.
Oh,
Fuck. So he's made it numb. Her toe is numb.
dude, I hate this so much.
It's so gnarly. Okay. Why is it going so slow?
Is it?
It's going so slow. Okay. there it
Okay,
is.
man.
Okay. Now. Oh boy. Oh boy. Okay.
Dude, Adam, I really don't like this.
You wait.
Well, what happens if you pierce it?
Take this
Oh.
off.
yeah,
Take
there's
this
a
off.
lot
Take
in
this
No,
there.
off.
I can hear. I
Take
can
this
hear
off.
enough, dude.
You need to hear what happens at some point. You need to take one of these off.
If you pierce it,
Oh,
you're
look
gonna
how
break
far
it
he's
open.
going under her toe.
But if you don't remove the nail, more bacteria.
Dude, Adam, please. Adam,
No pain?
please let me stop the video. Please let me stop the video. Adam, please let me stop the video. Adam, please let me stop the video. Please. Dude, I'm gonna.
She was having a really tough
Dude,
time
I really need
separating
to
the
stop.
nail from the nail bed on the side. It was extremely
Oh,
tight.
dude. Let me turn it off.
This isn't the part that got
you
What do you
are
mean?
watching.
This?
Oh, God. I'm crying.
Dude, I had enough. Dude, I really.
No, you have to wait.
Please
till
turn
this
it off.
part.
Please.
This is the part.
And we're just
This
gonna
is the part. Listen,
No.
listen.
nail off.
Listen.
There is a lot of pus.
He's clipping.
Oh man, dude.
Taking
Even
it
though
all
your
off.
nail's
No,
quite
I
curved.
didn't see this. This is the part I stopped.
Dude, I'm gonna fucking cry.
This is
Oh
worse.
my god, dude.
Stop it.
Dude, please. Please. No, he just Adam.
I told him we were doing this together.
No. Oh, please.
Your nail's very tight. I'll tell you
Adam,
that.
oh, dude, I will throw up. Honest to God. Oh my god.
I'm sweating.
Dude,
I'm sweating so bad.
No, but you can see
sweating so
the
much.
fluid
It's coming
underneath.
off. Oh, there it is.
Oh. Okay. That's enough. Nolan, please come. Oh, wait.
Oh my God.
Can I exit out of this? I'm gonna open a new tab and I'm gonna close this out. Like I don't want him to see it. Okay, Nolan.
I'm sweating.
Nolan,
I'm sweating.
please.
Oh my God. I'm sweating.
Dude. Yeah, man, I exited out. Dude, Adam, fuck you. Fuck you, dude.
Woo, boy.
Oh my God.
I hope that our reactions are part of that video, Nolan.
Oh yeah.
Okay, good.
Oh yeah, it's in there.
Dude.
Oh my God.
Dude.
That was awesome.
I'm so glad I didn't watch it. Just looking at your body language.
That
If
was
that did that to you and I couldn't even
fucking
handle it.
crazy.
Dude, I actually almost really cried because that shit was so much.
He wanted it off so bad.
Dude, I wanted it
You
off.
watch the whole thing.
Oh well, we
No,
watched till
no.
it came off. That's where it gets to. Yeah, Nolan was lucky enough to leave. I've been thinking about it all day. You'll think about it all day.
It's weird to think like I'll never watch that stuff. I've never seen Two Girls One Cup. Like I'm never gonna watch the stuff that is that gnarly. It's crazy to think that I'll never see it.
Two Girls, One Cup is horrible.
Yeah.
It's horrible. It's horrible stuff. The girl asked me that. Girl asked me that the other day. She's like, I hadn't been to stand-up shows very much. She goes, is it always penis and sex jokes? And I said, no, but definitely a lot of it is. And she's like, well, why? Why can it not be? I was like, it definitely can not be that way. I said, but we also live in a world where Two Girls, One Cup is happening. And so our level of sped up and fucked up and what is crazy is up there. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. Noah is so done. And I'm very uncomfortable myself, to be honest with you. I'm really sorry, but I'm not.
Yeah,
that was
you
the
made this
point.
fucking bed, so you lay in it, dude.
I'm in it. I'm all about it. So thank you again
Jesus
for
Christ,
having
man.
us.
We went from the most touching video
Yeah, we did.
ever.
That's why we're awesome.
I feel sick.
Mm-hmm.
I feel sick to my stomach.
Thank you to Unfunny Network for having us again.
Third Wheel Studios.
Third Wheel Studios.
It's all good.
Whatever.
We always knew. We always knew when we changed the name, it was gonna be a rough transition.
Okay, never mind. Fuck the Unfunny Network. Third Wheel
Thanks, Nolan, for
Studios.
being on the keys. And thank you guys for tuning in. To
I thought I had it.
grow
Right.
up.
I thought I had it right. That's why I was like, "Oh, I'm going to shout it out correctly." But I'm a loser. Yeah, that's exactly right. It's just I could look at the wolf right there, big
Right there,
old
cool.
picture. Bam. Yeah. So sorry about that, and we'll see you next time.
Goodbye.